Hello guys and welcome to episode 2 of the RealFX Podcast. I'm Dan from Magic FX.
And I'm Mike from Your Agent.
In today's episode, I'm going to be talking a little bit about discretion in trading and whether it is necessary or not, as well as the psychological and mental impacts of having a set routine for yourself.
And I'm going to take you back to when I first started in my property business, how I began to develop relationships with clients, how I developed my skills and knowledge enough to start to build my business.
Well, that sounds great, Mike. What else are we covering today?
In some other topics, we will look at some of the recent news events.
Yes.
We will speak about Michael Jackson.
Yes, Michael Jackson
which
update.
Will become our weekly
update.
Main topic.
Yes, the updates of a dead celebrity.
Yes. We will also discuss some controversial topic around women.
Women are taken care of in this podcast as well.
Yes, of course, very importantly. And I may delve into my death list list.
Keep watching to find out more. But how do you feel about the first episode? How it went?
I've not watched it all back yet.
Yeah.
It felt good, although it didn't feel as good as the practice episode we did. For me, in terms of flow.
Yeah. I would call that one still a practice. We've put it out there as episode 1.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to get way better.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, yeah. Of course it will.
Yeah.
When we start bringing our humour to the table.
Oh, my God.
It's going to be incredible. I figure if we have fun the whole time we're doing it, other people will enjoy it, and if they don't, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
So the more comfortable we'll get, the more fun we'll have, and that basically is all
That's all
about.
It is, yeah. So, in terms of our table, I've got my mascot, the Black Skull.
Okay.
Yours is a light controller, is that?
That is my mascot, yeah. I just feel like it represents me, mainly because there's all the colours of the rainbow.
Yes, like the flag.
Yeah. Just one of those flags.
One of those flags, yeah.
And I'm proud of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Mascot.
I'm proud of you, finally, for just being out there, putting yourself out there.
Yeah.
Mike's gay. Are you not? It's okay. It's okay.
No, funnily enough, I'm not. But it does seem...
You've just messed around with men a few times. It doesn't mean you're gay.
Yeah, no, it doesn't, does it? Just if like 90% of your sex is male to male, that's not gay, is it?
I think if 90% is, yeah.
Okay.
But anyway,
we'll cover that on another.
Yeah. So to start with, I've had a pretty shit week.
Why is that?
In terms of, well, because I've had a baby, 10 weeks old now, roughly. Basically, my schedule. One of them's American, one of them's
I'd say...
British.
I used to say schedule. I would say schedule now.
I think schedule.
I think that's American, but we seem to be...
I don't know. I think schedule is actually British.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe.
Anyway.
Too mixed up these days.
Yeah. So, in terms of trading...
Americans. Yeah.
I've missed 2 winning trades this week.
What? Yeah, okay.
The reason I've missed them was the time they occurred.
Right.
So they were morning trades.
Which in the past
I'd have been on it. So I used to get up 5 a.m, go to the charts, forecast, see what was going on, set alerts if I needed to, and then I'd be ready to start the day trading. My trading session would start at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Now... Like last night, for example, I was up till 3 a.m. trying to get Robin to settle, and there's just no way at the moment for me to have that set routine in place. So I don't really have a trading session at the moment, which is really bad because I think that's always for me been a key thing.
Yeah.
Because trading, there is a lot of psychology involved and mindset and everything, and everyone says this. And
I think with any business, but you're right.
Yeah,
but even more so because of the timing of things.
Exactly. Yeah,
it's really pinpoint, right?
It is, and it's because little things like that, like missing trades, affects you. If those trades occurred in what I would consider not my trading session, I wouldn't give a shit, because that's not part of my trading plan.
Yeah.
That they didn't occur within the set time frame that I want to trade, and so they basically don't mean anything to me.
Yeah.
But because I don't have that set schedule at the moment, I'm annoyed.
But you knew that would happen, right? Or at least could have expected that was going to be the case.
Yes. But
So
I haven't
you pre-planned for that in some way? Like picked another schedule that you could go between?
Yes, but that's not what... I'm currently in the process of trying to sort that out.
Fair enough.
So that's where I am at the moment. I'm caught between... I'm in the transition phase. I'm transitioning.
Okay. We'll just call you trans for short.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm in the trans phase.
Yeah.
My trading is currently... It's like non-binary.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
some days I'm like, I'll trade in the morning. Some days I'll trade in the evening.
Yeah.
Some days I'll go both ways.
Some people might say you're just having your cake and eating it, or
Yeah.
yeah.
And the crux of it is that I'm a bit of a mess at the moment, to be honest.
Okay.
My whole trading, that's what... Like, I am definitely not a complete trading package at the moment.
Okay.
I used to be.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Oh, you used to be the full package.
I used to,
Yeah.
Now I've got shrinkage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Massive package
It's
atrophy.
gone cold.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm
Alright,
getting there. But it's just at the moment, because she's only 10 weeks old, there's still... You're on her schedule rather than your own.
Yeah.
And sometimes she'll go down at night and you can leave her and it's easy. And sometimes, a lot of the time, you have to hold her for like an hour and keep rocking her and walking around, and your arm's killing.
Could you... Okay, so do you still try and trade every day? If you could, would you be in a trading schedule every day, the same one? That's how you used to do it, right?
That's ideal, yeah.
Could you not like reduce it down so you commit to yourself that 2 days a week you'll 100% be on that 7 a.m, or can you still not even do that? And like, even if you haven't slept, you just do it, and then the rest of the time you sleep more? Or
I could. I think just mentally I'm not in a good, in a motivated enough position.
I get that.
Like I had a day this week where I pretty much did nothing.
Oh, welcome to my world. I find any excuse to not do anything.
Yeah.
Well, I find other things to do. I make myself busy.
Yes.
But it's not necessarily the thing I should be doing.
No. I think really I've had one productive day this week.
Okay.
And then I would probably call this a productive day.
Yeah. This is definitely.
But yeah, and it's all just to do with not having that routine in place.
Yeah. I've never really had a very good routine, so maybe that's just my issue. When I struggle. Yeah. Maybe I need to be more routined.
Yeah.
And I would say, out of the people I actually know who work for themselves, you probably had one of the strictest schedules generally. Like, not many people I know would have been as on point with it as you. Especially in something quite free reign like trading.
Yeah.
Because technically you could just do whatever you want.
Yeah. Well,
as long as you do some trading. You could trade like once a month if you wanted to, and hit a good trade, and then...
You could, but the thing is, with trading, you do have to have that set schedule.
Because it's like a numbers game, or...
Exactly. Yeah. So if you're just like, oh, I'll just rock up to the charts and maybe take this trade if it looks like it's going this way, blah, 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 blah. You're not really... you're just a gambler.
Okay.
In that scenario.
Yeah.
Trading is about collecting the data. So first of all, obviously you have to have some sort of strategy, and then you collect the data over a vast amount of time.
Yeah.
And see what trades were winning trades and when exactly they occurred. So it could be certain days of the week. It could be certain times of day.
Yeah.
So I'd done all that. I've had my data where it tells me trading between this hour and this hour and this hour and this hour is when the most winning trades will occur.
Okay.
And that's something I've always preached as being vital to being a trader.
Yeah.
Because otherwise that's when the other things creep in, like psychology, like fear of missing out, or because
I guess if you're hitting that schedule day in, day out, you can't, there's nothing else to blame. You can't be like, oh no, I didn't do that this time, or didn't.
Yeah.
It's just...
And it saves you as well, being up in the middle of the night, looking at the charts, thinking, oh, maybe something could set up here.
Yeah.
Because that's no longer your trading session. It's like having a work day in a way. So it allows you to shut off.
Yeah.
I traded a different strategy years ago.
Yeah.
Can I name other strategies? Like, can they sue me?
What, like another company?
Another company, yeah.
Maybe just make it sound like something else. I'd probably know.
Okay. Monkey trading.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I remember this one.
Yeah, so, right, this guy.
Yeah.
I mean, to start with, he named the strategies. He had 2 strategies. Yeah. And he named them after himself.
Were they very unique strategies?
No.
So
no, it's just something very common.
Yeah.
That he's given his own name to and sold it as a package. Anyway, I was part of that community, and they had a very specific strategy that traded only on one time frame. So they used the 1 hour candles.
Yeah. And
then looked for a very specific setup. Mm-hmm. And then you got in.
Yeah.
Now, this guy, he preaches zero discretion. So I don't know if you know what I mean by discretion in trading.
No, please explain.
If a trading strategy is, say, 100% mechanical, what you would say, it means it's black or white. So if this happens, you do this. If this happens, you don't take the trade.
Yeah.
So it's binary. It's black or white. You know where you are at all times.
Yeah.
Now, he always preached that his strategy was, completely discretion free.
Yeah.
Doesn't have a bias.
Yeah.
Or as he would say it, we don't have a biased.
Okay, I'm going to just say right now, I'll probably say words incorrectly, but it pisses me off so much. I can't get over it. Like the smallest.
Another good one was it was around the COVID time.
Yeah.
And we had, because the strategy always used the same stop loss size.
Yeah.
And then he was like, well, because it's so volatile, we need to make the stop loss bigger.
Yeah.
But the way he said it was, you need to largen your stop loss.
Did he say this a lot? That's the thing. I think if someone's going to talk about something more than once, get it right.
Yeah.
Like, if it's something you repeat over and over, get it fucking right.
So it was, what he did was we'd have a midweek a midweek video where he'd it was on a Wednesday, so he'd recap any trades that had been so far.
Yeah.
And then we'd have an end of the week sort of recap and forecast of the week ahead.
Yeah.
And so I think in every single one of these videos, we'd hear the term, we don't have a bias.
Yeah.
And around the COVID time, it was always, we're going to have to largen our stop losses.
Okay.
And it was brilliant.
Yeah. Did everyone not pick up on it? Did people...
No one else seemed to.
Yeah.
Like I would have, because it was forum based.
Yeah.
So I would make little jabs now and again, like subtle jabs, like, so what size do we largen our stop losses to and stuff like that. But anyway,
I guess it keeps it fun.
It does. But my point was, what was my point? Where do we start with this?
His strategies were
discretion free.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. And psychology and trading and all that kind of thing. Now, the strategies he taught, yes, they were mechanical. Mm-hmm. But there were certain trades that he had taken in these recaps that he said that didn't make sense with the strategy.
Yeah.
And he'd say stuff like, well, because of my years of experience, I knew that I had to take this trade at this point.
Yeah.
Or I didn't take this trade because blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
Now, that is what discretion is.
Yeah.
Having experience and going by the feeling of what's going to happen, that's exactly what discretion is. So saying there's no discretion and then going completely against that in your recaps is bad and mean.
Well, it's essentially selling a lie in a way, isn't it?
Yeah. Now, I have recently found that, because I always preached myself 100% mechanical black or white strategy.
Yeah.
And I thought that was the way forward.
Yeah.
And what I have found is those strategies tend to work for a certain period of time.
Yeah.
and then stop working
Okay.
because you're being too rigid.
Yeah.
So you're setting these rules and expecting the market to always stay the
And
same.
you're not allowing for market changes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have, in my years of experience,
Yeah.
now realised that there is room for some discretion in trading.
Yeah.
And that will still be, for some people, a controversial statement. Mm-hmm. And especially coming from me, I look like a hypocrite saying it because I've always preached the other way around.
Recognising it.
Yeah.
That shows transparency.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think there are parts of a trading strategy that need to be mechanical.
Yeah.
For me, I would say probably 90% of it, you want to know where you are, what you're doing.
Yeah.
And then that small 10% wiggle room allows you to adjust to market conditions. Mm-hmm. Like there's times where it's obviously bearish, it's hugely volatile, pushing down.
Yeah.
And there's these areas that it's moving towards that you're in the mechanical strategy.
Yeah.
You should take buys from.
Yeah.
But it's moving so heavily down, and it's just almost obviously feels like it's just going to keep going down.
Yeah. And always, if you have a gut feeling,
you're
not going to necessarily follow the normal strategy, are you?
Exactly. So for those times, I have a contingency plan
Right.
for that. Still, to some extent, black or white, but it's determining that volatility that is the discretionary part.
Yeah.
So that's my bit of trading insight.
I guess either way, I mean, if you're putting content out there to your followers, your subscribers, and people within your community, and you're recognizing the 10% discretion and the volatility, and you're saying at those times, I don't know how you say it, but I was wrong, or this doesn't follow the normal plan.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Like you can't control everything.
Exactly.
And then that just shows transparency, and people understand that, don't they?
Yeah. Well,
Whereas
hopefully,
if you were selling 100% discretion-free service, it's just not viable in trading, is it?
No, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's partly why at the moment I don't have a community.
No.
I don't have a course. I'm not selling anything.
Sure.
I'm focusing on my own trading.
Yeah.
And want to get it back to where I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
Before I even think about trying to tell
100%.
other people what to do with their money. How's your week been?
To be honest, I was shocked it was Friday, because often my weeks go by and I think it only feels like Tuesday.
Yeah.
I'm feeling pretty good at the minute. I went through a couple of months of difficulty. I'd say in a similar way that you were explaining, just with mindset not in the right place because of things going on. So outside factors aren't necessarily the thing that actually affects your work, but it's how it plays with your mind and how you're not in that whether it's you're not in your normal schedule, like you say, or just not feeling in the right place. It does affect your work. So, but I'm getting back there. So
that's good.
Starting to pick up, and I've got an important meeting on Monday, meeting one of my clients who I was recently introduced to via another client, and we're removing some of the properties from the portfolio of Airbnbs that I manage, because he's selling some of them, but at the same time he's introducing me to potentially 7 new properties. So,
oh wow.
So that's good, but I always get a little bit nervous before a big meeting. I don't know why. I think partly because it's not just him, there's going to be other people there.
Right.
I'm always good when I'm in front of clients. I feel like I'm nearly always in a good place and present myself well, but it is always nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
So that's playing on my mind. I've got a little bit of planning to do for that later today. And then on the whole, it's been a good week.
Good.
I feel good.
Good for you.
I prioritise my mental well-being over anything. So if I feel good, that's all that matters to me.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And work is a byproduct. Good work is a byproduct of that. So my productivity in what I do is a byproduct of me feeling good.
Yes.
I don't focus productivity as the first thing.
Yeah. You
Because
can't just go into something like, no matter how you feel, right, I'm going to go this and do a really great job.
Some people seem to, though.
They do. I think it depends on what kind of work it is, I guess. If you have to be a little bit creative or whatever, it's hard to do that when you're not. Yeah.
I always wonder if there's something wrong with me. So I look at other people and I think, how are they doing that? How are they always 100% on it? Or they seem to be or claim to be.
Yeah.
Always 100% productive, busy. And I think it's just not viable in my world. Because if my brain's not in the right place, nope. I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
But it's something that plays on my mind all the time. Is there something wrong with me in that respect? And then I think, oh, well.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I know what you mean. I think we talked about this in the practice podcast that didn't go out.
Yeah.
Where, because I used to do kids' parties and dog walking.
Yep.
They were my little businesses I used to run.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, that meant I was working 7 days a week.
Yeah.
And I've always felt like I was on. And I felt back then that I had more energy because I was doing more.
Yeah.
And so in those, even when I wasn't working, I was still like,
That's true.
Let's do that.
That does come into it.
So nowadays, because we both have a lot of downtime, I guess you would call it, because we don't need to always be working, we switch off easier, and it's like get into that laziness.
Yeah.
And so
do you think for some people it is just because they're so busy, they just are so busy? It's like a spiral effect.
It's like a perpetual energy thing.
Perpetual, I like that. Yeah, it just continues and they just don't stop.
Yeah.
Until they have a holiday or something happens.
Yeah.
Or they have a heart attack.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, which is great.
Because if you take someone like Trump, he's what, 74 or something like that?
Yeah.
The amount of energy he's got, like, whatever you think of him, he's going out, doing these rallies where he's basically performing in a stadium in front of people, talking without a script.
Yeah.
He's just talking.
That's true.
And then he's going from place to place, traveling on planes, and I'm sure I saw in an interview he sleeps like 4 hours, if that.
It is odd in terms of the sleep thing. Sorry to interrupt your flow there, but it's a big thing on social media. Oh, you need to get this amount of sleep. You need to do this to be on top form. And then you hear about all these high rolling people. Yeah. And hardly any of them sleep at all.
Yeah.
Wasn't it Maggie Thatcher? She slept for 4 hours.
Your friend Maggie.
Yeah. Good old Mags.
Yeah.
She slept for like 3 or 4 hours a night.
Really?
Churchill, I think he only slept for...
Very up to date.
Yeah. But
what did Napoleon do?
I don't know. King Edward III.
Yeah.
3.5 hours.
Was he no fapping as well?
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
No fap. He had some greens drink as well.
Right.
Yeah. All the nootropics. That's. I think that's what you have to do.
Microdosing, I think he was doing
probably.
As well.
Yeah. I did hear that. Yes. No, but I think a lot of the stuff that you see and hear on social media about sleep pattern and things like that, I get it, but it's not.
The thing about social media is the things that do well are usually telling people what they want to hear.
Yeah.
In some way.
Yeah.
Like sometimes,
so that people resonate with it and go, oh, that's like me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've been doing that.
Either that's like me, or
I want to be.
That's what I want to be like. Yeah. And you've got this idea in your mind of what you want to be like.
Yeah.
Trying to think of an example, like people like David Goggins.
Yeah. Hate him.
Do you?
Yeah. Hate him. He's on my list of I've got about 5 people now that if they were in a combined car crash and just nothing left of them,
Who else is in there?
Bruno Mars.
Okay.
Yeah, Bruno Mars. This guy at the gym that I decided yesterday, just a random guy.
Yeah.
No, other than a brief argument we had. He'll go to where some free weights are.
Yep.
And he won't pick them off the rack and walk over to a bench. He'll stand where they are, do a few sets, put them back. So I'm assuming he's finished with that. I go and get them and he goes, no, I'm using them. No, you're not.
Yuck.
They're on the rack. Anyway, he's on the list.
Is he big?
No, just really annoying.
Older or younger than you, about the same sort of age?
Maybe 5 years younger, I'd say.
Mm.
Yeah. Some kind of foreign descent. I'm not sure which.
Ooh.
You know,
Like Eastern European.
I'd say somewhere in Europe. Yeah, I don't want to. You know, I don't want to classify anything specifically.
Okay, so hold on. Right, David Goggins, Bruno Mars, guy from the gym.
There are a couple of others, and I'm struggling to remember.
You used to hate Keanu Reeves for no reason.
Oh, no, I like him now.
Oh, you like him?
Yeah.
Now? Okay.
Yeah, he just seems like a lovely guy.
He won you over.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll have to come back to them. I can't remember.
Come on.
I can't remember. Yeah. I'm sure other people would be able to tell me who they are because I've spoken about it before.
And what about Goggins don't you like?
What is there to like?
Well, I was thinking you'd like him because
Really?
a black man shouting at you saying "get hard."
Yeah.
I'd have thought you'd be all over that.
Yeah.
But I suppose you're like, I'm already hard.
Yeah. Just by.
Okay.
Well, I would have been until I decided I didn't like him.
Yeah.
There is a guy I've been following, an influencer, who I'd say is to me the most attractive male I've ever known.
Oh,
or not known because I don't know him.
I thought you already followed me though. Well,
I'll have to show you. Can't remember his name. I'll bring it up on another podcast. But he's just incredible. Yeah, I want to run. I mean, he makes me want to run.
Okay, so he's in your.
He's in my like.
List.
Yeah. Keep list. Yeah.
Who else is in your like list?
At the minute, Teddy Swims, singer.
Oh, is that some country? Yeah, you're all in.
I'm not going to say he's country because someone will probably. I don't know. Maybe he does a lot of covers, so he does some country stuff. He does other stuff.
Is he all?
Yeah, a little bit. No, you'll know one of his songs because A, it's on the radio all the time, and B, I sung it on a message to you the other day, and you said "sounding stunning." I will find it.
Hey man, Teddy Swims here.
He's on my like list. I'll remember the hit list at some point.
Okay.
And I'll come back to you on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Bruno Mars is at the top.
See, why Bruno Mars? I quite like Bruno Mars. I think he's all right. He's got a good voice.
No.
He does.
No.
He likes MJ, obviously.
Yeah. Stop trying to be him, I'd say, first of all. I know. The Weeknd. That's another one.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Again, stop trying to be MJ.
Yeah.
But with some funky tunes over the top that anyone could make.
Yeah.
And why call yourself The Weeknd? You're one guy.
Have you heard his Dirty Diana?
I don't want to. No, thank you.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, in a bit of a in a beef with Drake, isn't he?
Is he? Okay. Probably.
See that pop up somewhere.
Drake's a bit odd, isn't he? I don't know.
I don't really follow these
no,
guys.
I think he's.
I'm in the drama of. I'm still in like the 80s drama between.
Yeah. I don't know. Some kind of prod rock.
Yeah. Queen's
scenario.
Oh, Jeff Tate. The new singer's way better.
I watched a video about was it about Megadeth, and then some other video came on. Was it Pantera? Someone killed, like one guy killed one of the other band members. Was that Pantera?
Pantera, crazy guy.
Oh yeah,
walked up to the stage with a gun and shot their guitarist.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, absolutely crazy. Yeah,
I think he had like schizophrenia or something.
Yeah, absolutely nuts. Anyway,
yeah,
that was an interesting hour-long documentary I watched on YouTube.
Very good. Yeah,
Bit of
Dimebag Darrell was the guitarist.
Yeah, rings a bell.
That's the thing with musicians that die young.
Yeah.
They're always remembered fondly.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of the ones when they age and start getting shit.
Yeah.
Like
Madonna.
People start. If Madonna died when she was like 30.
Oh, she'd be a legend.
Yeah.
And now
like Amy Winehouse. She's like legendary status.
Yeah.
Kurt Cobain.
Yeah.
Who else? Elvis got fat and that.
Yeah.
He
obviously
was always
a legend. But
yeah, like John Lennon.
Yeah. Yeah. If like Mariah Carey died, no one would care.
No.
There'd be like a couple of people.
Yeah. Because there's been videos of her.
Yeah.
Like either lip syncing or performing a bit out of key or whatever.
Yeah.
She's now had those moments that have no matter how small they are in the vast whatever of her career, they're still little blips where it shows she's not, it shows she's mortal in a way. Whereas someone like Freddie Mercury, he died at the peak of his powers, basically. Still with his incredible voice. Like, there's stories of him, like, a couple of days before he died, still going to the studio, recording a song, and just giving it his all while drinking a bottle of vodka. And it's like those legendary kind of things. And it never got to the point where he was old and fat and singing, losing his range in his voice and all that kind of thing. There's something about dying young.
If you're famous.
Yes.
I think if you're not, probably not as fun.
If Michael Jackson died during Thriller, or just after Thriller, like 1984 whatever, before his skin turned white, before the plastic surgery got out of hand, before the child molestation allegations,
he clearly died a legend regardless, but he would have been 100% loved around the world. No false views, no.
It would have been a tragedy beyond,
beyond anyone else.
Beyond Jesus.
I'd say. They're probably. I'd say people would.
There would be religions.
100%.
He's, because there's never been anyone that powerful in showbiz since MJ. Like, he could not go anywhere in the world without being mobbed.
Yep.
Do you know what was good about MJ? And what made him... I think what made him so famous was the mystery he kept, because he didn't really do a lot of interviews.
True.
There were always weird rumours about him. And I think that, even though that was, in the end, his downfall, there was always that weird intrigue about him.
And he never brought anything up, and
he never
he never fought anything.
No, never denied it.
It was just always calm.
There's something magical about it. And then there's just like his really high pitched voice. And then the way he looked was like, I think he looked pretty good all the way up till,
I'd say, to like bad.
No, I would say like beyond.
Really?
Like Dangerous, I think he still looked cool. History, I think, was, after that, it went downhill a bit.
Definitely.
It was like his late 90s, 2000s look, where he started getting the straight hair. Like the curtains.
Not a good look.
And his lips look weird. But I think before that, it was pretty good.
I'd say so. He must have been a bit of a hit with the
shit.
Wowzers.
MJ's Ghost?
Yeah, I think so. If anyone saw what just happened, it was crazy. Absolutely insane. I don't even know how to explain it.
Only there was a camera rolling there. Yeah. Oh my God.
Absolutely crazy.
Right, so with that, we can clip that as a reel. Real ghost footage.
Yes. Yeah.
Or real ghost sound in the background.
And we'll go.
That was the that was like the cover. Do that again, just in case we... Okay.
Crazy. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm shaking.
Has anything happened in the news this week?
I don't watch the news.
No.
I avoid it with all.
Boring. Women secretly filmed on nights out feel unsafe.
Okay. Well, don't go on a night out.
Yeah. Dummies.
Basically.
There's a lot of that these days, isn't there? Because I swear, when we used to go out, the stuff we used to do.
Yeah, I was having this discussion with Elise the other day.
Right.
We were discussing certain topics, which I don't want to go into.
Oh, go on.
No.
You've realised now everyone's annoyed that you've said that.
No, okay, so we were discussing how men behave towards women.
Yeah.
In certain scenarios. Yeah. Certain things. And I wondered if... It's a difficult one, because as a man, you want to understand the woman's point of view. So if you're going to ask a question, you don't want to come across as though you just automatically think that you feel that way. Do you get what I mean?
I know what you mean.
So my question was, do you think that, along the lines of, do you think that sometimes the way that women dress and behave
means they're asking for it?
Yeah, in the bluntest way possible. Yeah.
Okay.
And I said that not to suggest that I think that necessarily, but there is an element of that with some women, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm not saying all.
The way you've said that to me sounds like you think that.
I don't think that, but I think that
Why don't you think that?
I don't think that on the whole.
Yeah.
But I certainly think it happens.
Yeah.
Because I know what some women are like, right? So if you were in a club, or if you were out and you saw a woman dressed in a certain way, you might think, or some men might think, she's asking for it. Potentially. Now, what she's asking for is up to her. Like, obviously, she's not asking to be touched inappropriately,
molested,
or whatever. Yeah. But she's asking for attention.
Yes.
And attention might just be a look, or like, oh, someone's saying something to her, you look really good, or whatever. But men aren't necessarily going to stop at that point, are they? Because we're not, we're built in a certain way. Our brains go to a certain place. Yeah. On the whole, not everyone, some people.
Don't be afraid to say what you think.
So, but it got onto the point because you just brought up when we used to go out. Like, we were touching. We were talking about. We were talking about how guys grope girls' asses, for example.
Yeah.
And that's wrong, which I understand. Certainly, as an older guy now, and if it was like my daughter or my partner or my sister, whatever, then and someone did that to them, I'd think, yeah, that's out of order. But as an 18-year-old boy on a night out, I'm sure we did it, and it wouldn't. I think only once was I got a reaction that was negative, and I thought, oh, maybe I shouldn't be doing that. I didn't do it a lot. I think very rarely, but I must have done
it. Just go for a little walk. You go around the club.
Yeah, and have a little.
Have a little pinch. It's just fun.
Yeah,
it's just a bit of fun.
Yeah,
it's harmless as well. I still think that.
I think it's harmless as long as we understand it's harmless.
As you're not, if it's just a little gentle squeeze.
Yeah,
not like. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
But going around a little sneaky squeeze, and often what's really funny is if you make it look like it was someone else that did it.
That's what I was saying that we used to do. Yeah,
it's a game.
Yeah, and I don't think I remember. I think I only remember once someone reacting badly when we did that. Yeah. As in, one of us did it to someone and then went, "Oh, it was him," and then got a bad reaction.
Right.
But on the whole, I didn't see a problem with it at the time. But
I remember that the worst reaction I got wasn't from the girls themselves. It was from this big black guy.
Yeah.
Who wasn't even with the girls, but he was there like dancing near them, being all creepy.
Yeah.
And I was having fun.
Yeah.
And I like had a little pinch of the arse.
Yeah.
And the girls were like giggling, like all this kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then this guy just storms up to me and starts screaming at me to apologise. Apologise! Like I just remember standing there looking at him like, because he was this huge black guy.
Yeah.
And he was just absolutely shouting at me.
Really?
And the bouncers they threw him out in the end.
Wow.
Because he was getting so aggressive. So in his mind, I guess he was like the saviour of the women.
Yeah.
And I guess for him, it's almost as bad,
I'd say,
what
worse.
He's doing, because what he wants is to be seen as the saviour,
and to then the women.
Get the women.
Yeah, 100%.
So he's putting on this aggressive front.
Yeah, I'd say if anything, the whole thing he did was probably faked just to potentially attract the women.
The thing with it, and with women in general, is you have to read the vibe. So if you're gonna go up to a girl and all this kind of thing, you usually want a bit of eye contact first.
Eye contact, dance around them a bit.
Yeah.
And then you get the vibe, don't you? Yeah, they might go, oh no, they might turn away.
If you get near them and they're like, oh God.
You think, okay, that's it.
Yeah.
Some guys wouldn't though. Some guys would be really...
That is it.
And that's where that 1% of guys ruin it for everyone else.
Because
they're the creeps.
Exactly, yeah.
Because they haven't got that part of their brain that goes... Oh no, I best not do that. If anything, they like the fact that the girl ignores them or whatever. They must think, oh, I'm going to go more. I'm going to try harder.
Yeah.
So that's frustrating. But it's an interesting topic because it's hard not to sound like if you're discussing it with someone, it's hard to not come across in a right, cut that out. Misogynistic way.
Yeah.
'Cause it isn't the case.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't do it now.
It's just social cues, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you've really got to be quite aware of that. If you're drunk or whatever, you could have I don't personally see that as much of an excuse. I don't think I've ever been at a point where it's like, I'm so out of it that
you can't detect.
I'm now rapey.
Yeah, no. I think it's either you have it or you don't,
Yeah.
regardless of anything.
Yeah.
And you'd still detect the cues, even if you're so drunk you're completely out of it.
Yeah.
I think your natural instinct detects those cues and knows what to do in that scenario.
Yeah.
But yeah, interesting topic. But I don't know. What do you think? Do you think certain women dress specifically for that attention?
Not just women, all people.
All men as well, yeah. That's true.
Whether that means they're asking to be... Are you saying
inappropriately
raped?
Or
just touched?
anything from the smallest...
It does go both ways, because you have to be, as a woman, you have to be aware that there are dangerous men out there. And there's men that you're not going to want to be with that are going to notice you because you've got your ass hanging out or whatever. And tits. So they need to be aware of that.
Yeah.
And, make sure they're amongst friends or have people there that they feel safe around.
Yeah.
But at the same time, men need to be aware of themselves as well.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I guess a bit of both.
I mean, I like seeing women dressed like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I see what you're saying.
I've no problem with anyone dressing however they want.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah. Okay.
So I know that's a bit of a non-opinion.
No, that's the best way to see it. Yeah.
Yeah. As long as they're happy for me to have a hole there.
Yeah.
And there.
Yeah.
Just,
yeah. Just to be hanging out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they still wouldn't say anything, so.
No, until they're up close.
Yeah.
Okay.
And by then it's too late.
Yeah. Oh god. Well, that was on topic.
Yeah,
that's good.
So
I'm glad I brought that up.
That's women covered.
Yep.
That
death list covered.
Death list covered.
Yeah.
Trading covered.
MJ covered.
MJ covered.
Yeah. Bit of music.
I guess we have to have a weekly MJ thing now.
I assume so. Yeah. Why wouldn't we?
Why wouldn't we?
Yeah. You are the lady in my life. Right. Something property related, quick.
Yeah, quick. So,
ask me something.
Say you really know nothing about it.
Yeah.
You don't know where to start to even find a property.
Yeah.
Or what makes a good location.
Yeah.
Blibbity blibbity blue.
Yeah.
How would you go about accessing that knowledge for someone that just knows absolutely nothing about it but wants to learn?
So some basic property knowledge is...
Have you thought about doing a course?
Yeah, I have. Maybe like an ebook or something. Mm-hmm. But that seems so generic. There's a lot out there.
Mm-hmm. Do you think you could provide something new to the table? Or something more helpful?
I think I would prefer to provide free access information. So whether it's through a channel like this.
Why?
Because...
Do you want more people doing it? Would it?
Doesn't bother me, yeah.
It doesn't bother you?
No, it doesn't bother me at all. There's plenty of properties out there, plenty of landlords out there, plenty of money out there.
Mm-hmm.
In some sense, I would see that if I'm providing free content and free help, that down the line I would benefit from it in some way.
Yeah.
I'd be lying if I said I wouldn't want to benefit from
you want the win-win.
Giving people. Yeah. But
where is the win-win there?
Well, some of the ebooks and things that I've seen either don't give enough information. They give some information, but as a complete beginner, you wouldn't be able to just go, oh, I know what I'm doing now.
Right.
I'll do that. Because someone could go, right, these are 10 steps you need to follow, but it doesn't mean you have A, the confidence to do it, B, the tools to actually approach someone and say, this is what I do, blah, 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 or the money to do it. So, you know, an ebook really doesn't help anyone necessarily in this way.
How could you get the confidence to do it? Like, what's that first step you need to make? Like, it would be, I think, the first thing you did was reach out to loads of different
I reached out.
people.
The first thing I did was spoke to, at the time, investors who were viewing properties that I was already showing them through
How did you
another
find
company.
them?
So I was selling properties for another on behalf of another company.
Oh, yeah.
Self-employed, and I would start talking to investors or people who were looking at these properties that I knew were specifically for investment purposes. So I would say the first thing you need to do is just speak to people. I mean, with anything in life, a conversation can go a long way. So if you can just get in front of people one way or another and talk to them, that could be like your mate's mate or like your mum's, I don't know, cousin, or like anyone. If they know anything about property, just speak to them, because often,
I suppose, talk to anyone and they might know someone.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
it could literally be anyone.
Yeah, you could go, oh yeah, well, I'm thinking about helping people to do up their properties because I have a little bit of, someone listening might be a carpenter. I might go, oh well, I was thinking about helping people to renovate their properties a little bit, and they might say that to their uncle, and then their uncle might go, oh well, John down the road is thinking of doing up his garage into a thing, why don't you help him? And then you can go and talk to John and go, look, I'm not experienced, but I've got this skill and this skill. Can I help you? And then often, if you're the right type of person and you can come across well to someone, ultimately, if you're likable, you can pretty much get anything.
How have you done so well then?
I might sound modest. I don't think I'm. I would say the majority of the good business I've had is just through thinking, fuck it, I'll approach this person. What's the worst that can happen? I'll suggest something. Yeah. As long as there's a win-win scenario. So it could be as simple as like, oh, I'll help you cut your grass, but you let me put a table on your grass and sell cakes off it, right? Yeah. So that's a really weird scenario. You're helping them, but they're going to help you. Literally a win-win, as basic as it is. Yeah.
You're not using that grass. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let
you're
me
not
make
using
it look
it.
good and
I'll make it look good for twice of the year. Yeah. Through the summer, whatever. Yeah. But let me use it for a little bit. Win-win. Done. Yeah. It's quite simple, and it's literally that. But the mindset I had was I did it with other jobs. I did it with other businesses. It's the same as like if you're a PT and you approach a gym and go, let me use your space. Yeah. I'll clean your bathroom. Yeah. I'll clean your toilets, but
I'll lick your toilets clean.
Yeah. But let me have a couple of PT sessions and make so it's the same, but the way I saw it in property was it's just that, but times 10 or times 100 in terms of value. Yes. So I wouldn't look at I would never meet a client who might have a portfolio of 1,000 properties. Okay, I would say that's a bit extreme. I've met clients and I've got clients with portfolios worth multi-millions. It's literally no different to like the guy that you're asking to cut their grass, to use their grass for space. It's literally the same person. Yeah. It's like just the value of it. Yeah, the profit margin's different. The value of it's different. But as long as you can get on and you're on the same page and they can see a win. Business is business. It doesn't. Yeah. So that's literally the way that I approached it. I think people, they think, oh, property though, it's so expensive. It's such a big market. There's so many people with so much money. It's scary. Yeah. How can I approach someone that's my feeling? Yeah. How can I approach a landlord that might have like 20 properties? He clearly knows so much more than me. Yeah. He's got loads of money. He's not going to care about little old me. Yeah. But they do if you're just really nice and you offer them a genuine win-win scenario. Wow. That's all that matters. So that's the way I looked at it. And there's an element of fake it till you make it. I certainly had knowledge that other people wouldn't have when I first went into it. So that helps.
Do you feel, because you've done this with property and everything like that,
Yeah.
do you feel like you could go into any industry and make something of it? Like,
Almost
I don't know,
any,
like,
yeah.
trying to think of something big, like aeroplanes or something like that.
Yeah. I think, again, you'd have to have some knowledge
Yeah.
to even have that first conversation.
Yeah.
Because my fear is sounding stupid
Yeah.
to someone,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
them asking a question and me not being able to answer it, which does happen. It happens in everything.
Yeah.
You've
so
got to be able to. Just have to be able to respond in the right way, and you know, give them faith and trust that you are doing what you say you're going to do, and that you can get that knowledge from elsewhere. The same skills could go into anything. 100%. Yeah. And I look at other people's other businesses in different industries, and I think I'd be better than that.
Right.
I'd do that differently.
Okay.
100%.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't be able to do anything in trading, for example. I wouldn't be able to sell planes, like you just said, just because I don't know anything.
Yeah.
If it's something I know something about, I'd do it.
But I guess what you have realised is you don't need to know that much about the thing. You could learn.
You can learn along
enough.
you can learn enough. Then you can learn along the way, and you'll learn from the experience of doing it. So every client I've had, I've learned from something that I've done that I haven't done before, and also you can approach other people to help. So in property, I can't build a property, so I go to builders. I don't know what different materials are used for certain things, so I go to other people. I don't know, I can't lend money, so I go to a lender, like a mortgage advisor. So most of the stuff I do, I can't do anyway. I'm just relatively good at communicating with people, and working out an agreement which works for both parties. That's all that business is, in my opinion, pretty much.
Yeah. No.
So yeah, essentially you could do anything, and I 100% believe anyone can do anything. That's 100%. Anyone that thinks they can't. Okay, okay, all right. I can't win a 100-meter sprint in the Olympics.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Maybe I could have done if I'd trained hard enough from an early age.
Yes.
There are things that are limiting based on physical attributes, or there's certain things some people can't do. A person with no arms can't throw a javelin. Full stop.
Yes. Although I guess that there's some sort of technology, or they could. I'm sure there's fake arms that I've seen videos of where they're like
robotic
superpowers.
Arms. Yeah, that's true. So no, I'd say 99% of the time anyone can do anything.
Yes.
And if they want to start a business in anything, they can. 100%. So, or 99.9%. Yeah.
That was good.
Would you agree?
Yeah, I think so. Like you say, it's all. I mean, it does depend on your upbringing in some ways. Like some piece of shit scum that's had a kid.
Yeah. Okay. Are you? Sorry, I was
thinking about some neighbours we've got.
So are you thinking like a single mum with 6 kids?
I'm thinking just like council house people that don't work and claim benefits for no reason.
They still probably have all the attributes to be able to do anything.
They're human beings. They have working brains and
they
working
have the same
limbs
stuff
and all
as
that
me.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I think there's a certain age you probably reach where it's ingrained in you just to, if you're a piece of shit, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah. Oh, that's just a comfort thing, isn't it? Like a comfort
I guess
level.
so, yeah. But I guess everyone has the ability.
It can be learned.
It can be learned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Learned. Yeah.
Learned.
I think anything could be learned.
I think so. But then at the same time, you must have met people where you just think, ugh.
Yeah. But I think they've made themselves like that.
They've made themselves like that. And is it choice though? Because to a certain point, your brain is just wired to be a certain way and to just ignore anything helpful.
But brains can be, you can
but they have to have that want to.
Yeah, 100%.
But comes from.
You just said though, that's not choice, but it is 100% choice.
It is if you're self-aware enough to make it a choice.
Yeah, but self-awareness is choice though. You can learn self-awareness.
You must know what I mean. Some people.
I agree on a quite a.
I'm trying to think of an example of someone that we both know.
Someone that you'd look at and think, not look at, but be around and think, there's no way they could run a successful business, or
they just don't have the interest in it, and that's because of the way they've been brought up. And there's no way you could persuade them to have the interest.
No,
and nothing anyone ever is going to say, and their brain's not going to go to that place where they think, right, this is what I need to do.
True. But would you not agree we were brought up to have 9-to-5 employment and to be sensible with money and to do, like, to a certain extent, this is obviously quite on the spectrum of what we're talking about. It's quite low down. We're talking about extremes of people where they're completely so out of that place they'd never be able to start a business. Obviously, I'm talking a lot lower down the spectrum, but I'd say I was brought up to think a certain way, and I've taught myself to not think like that.
But you have a certain level of intelligence that's allowed you that space in your brain. You do, though. You must do.
I guess.
Some people.
I'm open-minded. I'd say that's one of the biggest.
Open-minded, willing to take risks.
Yeah.
And able to talk to people.
Yeah.
And come across well.
Yeah.
Now, if you talk like, oh my fucking, you got no chance of coming across well.
No,
and and they haven't developed the intelligence
to realise that. Yeah.
But I know what you mean. I like to think that anyone has the ability to do anything.
Yeah,
but I think there are some people that are just too far gone.
Yeah, I'd agree that they're too far gone. I just think that if you took them back to say a certain age or whatever, everyone's in the same boat.
Yes. Yeah.
Whether it's, I'd say, like, probably late teens, that's still not too late, maybe even like early 20s. A lot of people would say you can change your life at 50 or 60, so but yeah, I'd say to a certain degree some people are too far gone. I would agree. But yeah, going back to your question, I've always have loads of ideas on things that could be a business, or just, it's not even like out there. It's, I don't think outside the box necessarily. I don't think, I'm not like some people come up with inventions, or they class themselves as entrepreneurs because they have all these ideas that other people haven't had. I would never be like that. I don't think up some wild idea and think, no one else has done that, I'm going to do that. I just look at something that someone else does and think, I could do that. They've got nothing I haven't.
Okay. That's a good mindset, because I think that's something that's held me back from thinking of attempting to start a business in any other area, because I think, I think people know something that I don't, or they're better at it than I am, or I don't have an innovative idea to be able to make that better. I think I don't know.
It doesn't have to be better. It just has to be as good.
I think that's what's held me back in the past.
There are clearly some people who are just extreme. That the guy, I can't remember his surname, Ben, that runs Gymshark, right? The owner of Gymshark. He's what, 28? I don't know. I'm guessing. Gymshark's worth 5 billion, I think. So he's the youngest. I think he was like the youngest billionaire in the UK or something. And he started creating these clothes in his bedroom with his mates. Then he has built it to where it is. Clearly, he's got attributes that I don't have. However, when you really break it down, he's self-made some clothes. Then he's found someone else to make the clothes. He's gone to the right places, got the right people involved. Now he hires people who can do jobs he can't do. I could do all that.
Because I think
If I really were.
with that thing, my brain goes to, right, starting a clothing business. What could I do that no one else has ever done?
Really?
But, yeah, and I'm like...
See, I would just look at what clothes do I like that sell really well, or like some brands that I really like. I'd just copy.
Right.
But straight copy.
Yeah.
Find out where they get them manufactured. See how they get them delivered, because clearly their processes are the best. I think it's processes that are the good thing.
Right.
You know, with like a good clothing company, you'll get your clothes the next day, no matter what. Then if you want to send it back, you can send it back for free. You get your money back within a week. All these little things, they're what make it really good.
Yeah.
The clothes look good, but loads of clothes look good. So I don't know. I think it's just processes when it comes down to it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, perhaps I need to change the way I think about that sort of thing.
Oh yeah, you've clearly got someone like you clearly has the capability to literally do anything. If you wanted to sell a yacht within 6 months, you could go and sell a yacht easily. You just have to pick the right people to talk to and throw yourself into the yacht scenario.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
But it could easily do it.
Okay. Well, I think that's pretty much, that's an hour and
15,
hour and a quarter.
17.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, now we need to do the intro.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Catch you on the flippity flip.
Catch you on the jiffity.
In the words of Michael.